Welcome back to Biomes. This time we are talking about the Indochinese Dry Forest. Now, despite the name Indochinese, the Indochinese Dry Forests are not really located within China. Most of them are within, this peninsula area up here, so around Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, all of that. And it is classified as a more tropical forest, but it's not a rainforest, it's a dry forest, which basically means it's tropical, but it does not get nearly the same amount of rain and precipitation that other tropical forests have. Now, unfortunately, the plant biodiversity and biomass has been drastically decreased over the recent times due to agriculture and industrialization, but there are still a good amount of plants there. Most of the plants there are deciduous, meaning they annually drop most or all of their leaves, and the most common types of plants are in the dipterocarp family, like this one here. There's also a good amount of wild ficus trees that are also a very popular houseplant, as well as liana vines that are on and around the trees that grow on them, and a good amount of grasses and bamboo that act more as an understory filler plant life. There is quite a bit of animal biodiversity, but unfortunately that has also taken quite a hit, and most of the animals there are very rare, such as the Asian elephant, and many large animals that used to live there are locally extinct, such as the Javan and the Sumatran rhinoceroses, which used to live there but now unfortunately do not. However, they are still around in some other places, but very, very rare. Wild water buffalo can be found there, as well as a bunch of species of wild cattle, such as the Indian gar, the bantang, and this one, which is the coupre, but unfortunately most of them have drastically decreasing populations, and the coupre is critically endangered in most of the places that it lives. There are a few types of large predators, including this one, the clouded leopard, as well as tigers and regular leopards. However, again, the population is very, very much reduced, and they're very rare to see. The dhole wild dog can still be found in a few areas in the Indochinese dry forest, but again, not as common, as is also the case with the sun bear. Still can be found in the area, but not as common. There are also multiple types of monkeys that can be found in the region, such as this one, the pileated gibbon, and some other leaf monkeys, as well as a couple different bat species, two of which are endemic, including this one, the Chinese pipistrelle bat, which is just a cute little guy. Unfortunately, they are both endangered, the two types of endemic bats that are found there. There are also many reptiles and amphibians found there, including a bunch of geckos, skinks, and this guy, the very critically endangered giant soft-shelled turtle. Say that 10 times fast. There's also a very, very wide range of birds, including this one, which unfortunately may be extinct. We don't know for sure. But this is the white-eyed river martin. At the very least, it's critically endangered. At worst, it is probably extinct. We just don't know for sure yet. Some other birds include the gray-faced tit babbler. That's its name. It is endemic to the region. There's also a few different species of hornbills, including the great hornbill. There's also a wide variety of woodland birds, including storks, cranes, pheasants, and this guy, the Siamese fireback. Due to overhunting and poaching and industrialization, lots of these species and lots of the areas within the Indochina dry forest are very much threatened. There's been a ton of species that have gone extinct and are currently going extinct in the region. Fortunately, lots of areas are now protected, but there is still a problem of poachers and pollution and all of that. So there are efforts going on to protect the unique biodiversity in this region. However, with all conservation efforts, it may or may not be successful. This region does have a very, very high level of biodiversity, one of the coolest regions in the area, and does have a lot of the coolest animals and plant species there. So hopefully by protecting some areas, the more endangered and vulnerable plants and animals will have time to make a comeback. However, again, conservation kind of hit or miss. Hopefully these conservation efforts do end up having an effect.